Hi guys, this is Sarah. Welcome to another video. You've made it back to the Nifty Nook Thrift channel, or you have made it for the first time to the Nifty Nook Thrift channel, and I am a reseller on Poshmark and eBay, also Depop and Mercari now, which is something kind of new for me, but I'll get to that in another video. But this channel is focused on fashion reselling content. No sir. So today I want to just briefly go through, no honey, and I do have a 1-year-old, so he's with me here. I want to just briefly go through this, what I will call the Poshmark shipping saga. Has anyone else gotten any of the free Ground Advantage shipping supplies yet? Let me know in the comments. I still have not gotten any, but I'm going to share a little bit of information with you about some of my communications with Poshmark about this whole thing. So as most of you know, Poshmark rolled out a new shipping policy. They announced it on September 8th, and it would then be effective on September 12th. So essentially 3 days notice they gave us for a pretty significant change in shipping policy and you know, what packaging we are allowed to use. So, you know, I saw this and I'm like, oh, this is good that they're going to be providing Ground Advantage shipping supplies, since myself, and I know many of you and many others, rely on the free priority mail shipping supplies that we have used for years. So, you know, I went ahead and put in a request. No, sir. I put in a request on September 10th for Ground Advantage shipping supplies. You know, I told them everything they said they wanted to know as far as the amount of supplies I needed, which ones, etc. No confirmation or word within 24 hours. I followed up again about 24 hours later, putting in my subject line, urgent order for Poshmark packaging. Still nothing. So I waited an entire week, and I'm like, this is ridiculous that they rolled this out, giving us 3 days notice, and they're not even responding to emails. This is crazy. So on September 18th, I reached out through Poshmark support on the app, because typically they will get back to you within 24 hours. Now, I knew I would probably be directed to a person, you know, not in high management, but I thought, well, at least maybe they can get me to the right person. So, you know, I got the auto confirmation. Thanks for reaching out. We received your email. Our goal is to get back to you in less than 24 hours. So, again, this is September 18th, over a week after I placed my first request for shipping supplies. And here's the response well, let me read you what I sent them. So right off the bat, I just, at the beginning, wanted them to direct this to upper management, because I knew that people who are just answering the emails usually cannot, don't have control over anything, and I'm not blaming this person. I just know how these things typically work. So I said, hi, please direct to upper management. What is the current status in regard to the Ground Advantage shipping supplies that were promised to Poshmark sellers via the blog update on shipping policy? An update was posted by Poshmark on their blog directing people with a phone number and an email to order free shipping supplies. I reached out via the email on September 10th and followed up also. I also tried the phone number and could not get through. I called corporate USPS as well as my local USPS, and neither of them knew anything about how to help with this. I have not heard one word back on my emails or calls, and it's been over a week. Does USPS have the supplies or not? And how do we get them? You okay? Sorry about that. You okay? Oh. Just gonna finish this email real quick. Hang on. I'm gonna finish this email. What did I just say? Does USPS have the supplies or not, and how do we get them? I have a reselling YouTube channel with over 1,000 followers, and more people than me are very irritated and confused about how this new policy has been rolled out, both in the lack of support to get the materials and the short notice given on the change, 3 days. You know, so maybe I was kind of blunt, but I think bluntness was needed. I think this is ridiculous that this is how they're treating people who sell on their platform. And then I got this email from a Poshmark member of their Poshmark community team. This person says, "Hi Sarah, I'm so sorry for the frustration this has caused. I understand how difficult it can be when you can't get through on the phone and don't have boxes at home to use." Yeah, because none of us can just, you know, get like that many boxes with 3 days notice. Okay, thank you, but I will go on with what this person said. "At this time, I'm unable to provide a concrete timeline for when you'll receive a response from USPS. Okay. Please know that both the USPS and Poshmark teams are working diligently to get supplies sent out." But you can't send a confirmation in an entire week. I don't understand that. Anyway, "Because of high demand, response times can range anywhere from a few hours to a few days. We are also actively working with USPS to improve the phone and email experience after receiving reports of long wait times and confusion. In the meantime, you can review available packaging options here." No, I don't. I've already seen all of them. I don't need to review any of them. I've already placed an order, like I said. "Thank you so much for your patience as we work through this. Best," and the team member's name. I'm not going to share this person's name. There's no need. So, to be honest, I felt like that was kind of a canned response. She did not direct me to upper management. She did not answer my question. She couldn't give me anything concrete, actually. And I just thought that wasn't acceptable. So I wrote back. I said, "Hi. Wait a second. That's the wrong email. Okay, I said yes. I said, "Hi. Don't take this the wrong way, but please direct to upper management as I requested, because I want to speak with someone who actually knows what is going on. To give everyone, but especially high-volume sellers, literally 3 days notice regarding major platform shipping changes, and then to not provide direction on the supposed promised shipping supplies is horrific, and does sellers who use your platform a disservice. This was your statement. Quote, "Because of high demand, response times can vary anywhere from a few hours to a few days." End quote. My response to that is, it's actually been 8 days since I put in a request, and I have received 0 response. That's more than a few hours, and it's more than a few days. When will this be resolved? I want a concrete answer, and if you can't give it to me, then direct me to upper management." So that was kind of the end of my communications with Poshmark, because interestingly, magically, within 24 hours, I received an email from USPS saying that I have a package on the way. That was kind of an interesting experience, huh? Right, Bubby? And I'm like, oh, I wonder what this is. And I click where it says product, and it says USPS Ground Advantage product. So there we go. It says they are set to arrive on September 24th, which is Wednesday. So I fully intend to give you guys an update on what actually happens with this. Trying not to be irritated, but it is irritating that this is how they handled all this. And I'm sure many of you are irritated too. I tried to speak up for everybody. And yeah, as a business owner before being a reseller, I have little tolerance for companies who lack communication skills and lack organization skills, and just is like, okay, we're gonna give you 3 days. You know, you've been selling on our platform for like 6 or 7 years and making us a bunch of money by selling on our platform, but we're gonna give you 3 days to, you know, notice for all of this. I think that's ridiculous. So yeah, I've got to get going, but I will plan to give you guys an update on this if and when I do receive the USPS Ground Advantage shipping supplies, and I will show you what they look like and stuff like that. So hopefully that worked, and we'll see. Hope you guys all have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you very soon. Obviously, someone else is demanding my attention right now, so see ya.